Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and this is the Storyteller Forecast for Cancer for December 2016. Go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com, see what's new on my blog, and if you would love to be a coach helping other people having a successful online business, you will love my coach certification and online business course, and there might be some spots available if you check my website. So what's going on in the month of December? The beautiful energy of November that was characteristic of the whole month carries over for the whole month of December. I will get more into later how the energies differ within that sweetness and how you can capitalize on those differences. But first I want to get into something specific for Cancer energy. I'm calling the theme of this month Sexy Synergy because the planets are starting to move into your 7th house, and the 7th house is your first of 2 relationship houses, which is very much about blending your energy with other people's energy to create synergy. The energy of the 7th house, when you have planets moving through the 7th house, the main message is to get on the same team. If you are partnered with someone romantically in your business, if you have clients, if you have anyone you're connected with on a project, getting on the same team more and more and showing up in bigger and better ways for the power of the combination of your efforts is where you're going to get your most fulfillment and your best outcome. And this is starting a theme that's going to continue for a while. There is still some energy in the 6th house as well. The 6th house still has to do with, or not still, from last month we talked about a strong focus on the 6th house that has to do with your health, your wellness, your routine, trying to get organized, getting your systems together, trying to limit the amount of work that you don't like to do. And if you haven't watched the November report, I highly recommend that you do that because there are lots of great recommendations for this 6th house. And one I don't think I mentioned is a book called The Magical Art of Tidying Up. And it is, let's see, I have it right here, by Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo is a master wizard at creating a system to help you get clutter-free and stay clutter-free. So you might really enjoy that book, especially now as you still have strong energy in the 6th house. In general, the planets are moving through Sagittarius. Some of the personal planets are still there. And even though we think of fire and water as not blending well, when you have lots of sweet aspects, this can really produce a fire bringing your water to a boil type of energy where it moves you into productivity, it moves you into action. And there will be lots of chances for action this month. And I'll give you some caveats as to how you should take those actions based on the transits here in a minute. But then the planets will start to move into Capricorn. And Capricorn is more of a grounded energy that holds the flow of your water energy. So you'll have lots of support there for bringing your emotional capacities up to be productive towards your goals. Sometimes emotional people can be debilitated by their emotions, but the type of energy that's at play this month can really facilitate using your strong emotional nature for your benefit and for the benefit of others. There is a magical remedy called willow. It's a Bach flower remedy. BACH flower remedy. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them in health food stores. I have pretty much all of them. I love them. You can use them on children, pets. You just drop them under your tongue or in water, and they help to balance out energies that you're working with. So the willow is really great for Cancer at this time because it helps to dissolve resentments. If you have resentments or bitterness towards people you're connected with now or people from the past that's holding you back for moving forward in partnership now, the willow can help you make the most use of all of these partnership energies that are present now and will be getting stronger in the months to come. So these are things that are specific for Cancer placements. I want to get more into placing December in the scheme of this long retrograde process that we have going through May 2017. So I'm calling the month of December, the general theme of the month of December that will hold true for all signs, gifts from the past. That sweetness that covered November moves into December. We've got so many sweet aspects in the month of December. It's very exciting. So the difference between November and December, since there's a lot of sweetness in both, is that November up until around December 3rd is completely clear for new launches. bringing things out into the world, making big decisions, taking decisive action, anything new, establishing birth dates for important things like establishing LLCs, getting domain names, anything that you would want to do that has an imprint of something new and moving forward. November has all of that sweetness that is geared towards these launches. However, December, starting after December 3rd, the Mercury retrograde shadow energy starts to seep in, and it begins this very long-term theme through the end of May of 2017 of moving backwards, trying things on, looking back to the past, studying, researching, planning, getting things ready in the backdrop, studying to push forward at the end of May, June, July of 2017. So I call this month Gifts from the Past because there's a good chance that a lot of things to help you move forward are going to come from the past, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind. The first thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the transits that are occurring that are so sweet in the month of December involve 60-degree angles. And 60-degree angles are ones that want you to take some action in order to get the rewards. Some aspects like trines, you don't necessarily have to do anything and it kind of just can bring things. And while the 60-degree angle can also just bring something, in order to fully activate the potential, you have to do something with it. So there is action requested throughout the month, but we have to remember two important points. The first is that since this retrograde energy is starting to come in, it's important to not work too hard or push too hard for certain outcomes. It's okay for you to be busy in the backdrop. It's okay for you to be looking forward to a goal out into the future, but trying to get too much done or out in the month of December, there will be roadblocks and you'll have energy that's kind of pushing you back, kind of like the tide. If you're trying to get a boat out and the tide is coming in, you'll start to feel the energy of the tide coming in December, and it will stay in for quite a while. So the second thing to remember is to understand the short-term nature of the transit. And that is true from December all the way through the end of May of 2017. So it doesn't mean you can't do anything for this 6 months. We saw very similar energy last year moving into January through the summer of 2016 because we had Mars retrograde. When we have a succession of personal planets in retrograde, the energy is just sort of not wanting your final product to be pushed out at that time, but you can make plenty of headway. It's just kind of going back and in. So as I mentioned before, like studying, researching, planning, organizing, experimenting, trying things on, moving along a continuum that you've already started. So let's say you launched a blog in November. Blogging throughout December through all these retrograde planets through May is totally fine. You just want your launch of your blog to occur in the good launch time. If you can't launch because you've missed the opportunity to do that, it doesn't mean you can't be working on activating your goal. Now, we'll use the blogging as an example there. Let's say you have this idea for this blog, but you didn't launch it in good stars, but you're excited to get going on it. The best way to handle that is to write your articles, but don't publish them. Get really clear on the direction of your blog and just do all of this work in the backdrop. And then when the stars are good again, next summer or winter for our friends down under, then you can take all the stuff you've done and just post it and push it out. So that's a really good example of what we're trying to do here. A time to try things on. So besides a little bit of challenge in the middle of the month and kind of an overtone of a challenging transit, the rest of the month is super sweet. So for those in the United States or whoever else has holidays at the end of the month, there are beautiful holiday transits all through the end of December. And then at the same time, there's this concurrent theme of Jupiter in Libra opposing Uranus in Aries. So what we need to know about that is that this energy doesn't come together very often. It happens once every 14 years or so. So the theme is necessary change to bring about expansion. Lately, I've been seeing the woodpecker. I always look for the messages that the plants and the animals and whatever else has for me. And this theme of the woodpecker is coming up really strong as I was planning to do these horoscopes. I saw woodpeckers or heard woodpeckers several times in my organizing process for the horoscope. So I feel like it's relevant here. The woodpecker in the Animal Tarot deck that Ted Andrews put together, which I love all of his work, talks about doing things in new and unique ways that are specific to your way of moving in the world. When the woodpecker shows up or this transit shows up, that will be a theme in December. It's a challenging theme, but it's happening at the same time as all these other sweet aspects. It's demanding that you figure out how you can do what has to be done in your own unique way. So you might have to break with tradition by using wisdom from the past or intuitive understandings. Some other things that are helpful for this transit are utilizing group connections. The energy really wants this connecting with other people. So Uranus rules the internet, and it also rules social interactions. So there are many people that have this gap between where they are and where they want to be, and what will fill that gap in is connecting with other people and being part of a group of like-minded people where they can get support, etc. So that's one other way. Something else that is a major theme for this transit is befriending the internet. And if you've already befriended the internet, getting to know more about it and how it can serve your purposes. And that's part of what this clash is about, Many people really need the internet to do what they really want to do, but they're afraid, as you should be cautious, and it's important to be educated. But at the same time, you have to push through that resistance, and this theme of this transit is very much about pushing through resistance. So I'm going to give you the great dates in this month of December, and please note that every date that I give you, you can always have the potential to feel the energy of that transit before or after the actual transit, okay? And also, if you would like to see why these transits are good and get more information about the month ahead for your planning purposes, definitely sign up for my free email newsletter on my website, anniehelpsyou.com. You get free gifts and you get my newsletter that comes a month early before the upcoming month, so that you get more details than I give in the horoscopes about the certain dates and why they're good or why they're challenging. So the good dates for December are the 1st and 3rd. Those are your last good days for launches. 6th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 24th, 25th, 27th, 28th, and 30th. The challenging dates, and some of them are the same, there are other challenging aspects happening on some of these good dates, so the challenging dates, 10, 13, 19, 26th, and 28th. Okay, so definitely go to my website, see what's new on my blog, anniehelpsyou.com. If you would love to be a coach and help other people with anything in their lives, spiritual coaching, intuitive coaching, life coaching, abundance coaching, wellness coaching, relationship coaching, diet, wellness coaching, you will love my new coach certification course. And there might still be room if you check on the website. This also includes my online business course to help you to do your coaching online. So check it out on my website, anniehelpsyou.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you next year. Bye.